It's 2020. Can the Knicks get some damn shooting on this roster? What's going on, guys? Welcome into Clutch People. I hope you guys are having an amazing day or night. And today, I'm going to be talking about a prospect the Knicks are interested in at 27. Actually, a report came out that they're interested in two prospects specifically, and their names are Vernon Carey Jr. from Duke and Josh Green from Arizona. Today, I'm going to be talking about Josh Green. He's a 6'6", 209-pound shooting guard from Arizona. When you think of Arizona, you probably think of Nico Manion, but I think this guy's going to traject to today's NBA a lot better. We need some shooting, we need some defense, and he definitely brings that to the table, and he plays with a very high level of intensity, and I would absolutely love that in New York. The fans will love him, and he's just a recipe for success in today's NBA. So no further ado, let's talk about Josh Green from Arizona. Starting off with Josh Green, this kid takes pride in playing defense. You love to hear that so much. I know you guys are probably like, we need offense on this team. We already have a player that takes pride in playing defense, of Frank Ntilikina. Could we get a guy that's a high-level offensive player? He brings that to the table. We will get to that later. But he's a guy that enjoys being a pest on the defense side of the basketball and making offensive players feel uncomfortable. He's a really good on-ball defender. He's good off the ball. He's good at guarding pick and rolls. He knows when to go under. He knows when to go over. His basketball IQ is off the charts, and when he jumps that passing lane, it's a GG for the other team, just showing off with his insane athleticism. And he's just so good at making the right reads. He's such a smart player. When you have that mixture of athleticism, playing hard and making the right reads and being a smart basketball player, that's just an insane combination, especially for today's NBA or just any team whatsoever when it comes to the NBA. If there's one bad thing you could say about him defensively, maybe he could be too jumpy. I love that he's really active, but sometimes he could be too jumpy because he's just so active on the defense of the basketball. He may be out of control sometimes and then jump, and then some players could do an up and under on him and then they can go on to score. But he's a guy that's really going to be good on the defense side of the basketball when entering the NBA. Maybe you can say he can get stronger, but he's a 6'10 wingspan, which I definitely think is going to help out. Frank Ntilikina is not the strongest of guy, but the reason why he's such a good defender is because the effort, he has the right technique, and he just really takes pride in it, and he's just such a smart basketball player on the defense side of the basketball, and he's definitely going to have that versatility of switching onto many positions. He said he's really confident he can guard the 1 through 3 or 1 through 4. I watched his film breakdown with Mike Schmitz. Mike Schmitz, he just does an amazing job with the draft prospects, and he's done an amazing job during quarantine, just breaking down these players, in Zoom meetings, breaking down film. It's been so much fun to watch and very informative for sure. And the problem with the Knicks has definitely been the culture and winning basketball games. And this guy's definitely going to bring a winning formula to the NBA, as his hustle was absolutely insane and he makes the right basketball play. The combination of his athleticism and hustle, there's some guys that may not be the most athletic. We've had guys like Ron Baker, wasn't a great athlete or anything, but he definitely showed the hustle and he was able to make the right plays, just running back on defense, diving after loose balls. But his combination of hustle and athleticism is insane, so then he's able to chase down, block some people in crucial parts of the game as well. Like I said, his athleticism is something you could really be happy about in today's NBA. I know a lot of people, they're like, athleticism's overrated. Take a look at Luka Doncic, but there's some people that really are helped out by athleticism, especially when it comes to the defense side of the basketball. Luka Doncic, yes, he's not the greatest of athlete, but not being the greatest of athlete definitely does not help him on the defense of the basketball, because he's not the quickest of guy and he doesn't really stay active. Yes, he can get better with his technique, but when you're fast and you're just this good athlete, it definitely helps you on the defense of the basketball. When you think of the good defenders in the NBA, for sure, you think of good athletes. Marcus Smart's a good athlete, a guy like Kawhi Leonard. Frank Ntilikina is a solid athlete as well, if we're talking about the New York Knicks. And that definitely helps him for sure, using that speed and quickness to be able to chase down, block people, and it's definitely going to help in crucial parts of the game when it comes to Josh Green coming out of Arizona, and if he goes over to the New York Knicks. Just doing those little things and just the athleticism is definitely going to help when it comes to that part of the game. But yes, his athleticism helps on both ends of the floor, a crucial part of the game, a chase down block, his ability to get to the cup and elevate over the rim and just finish with ease, especially over big time shot blockers. And when you think of Josh Green, you don't think of a guy that's fantastic in the half court setting. I definitely do think he has to get better when it comes to his overall game offensively. He is young for sure. He has all the talent and the capabilities to be a good offensive player. He just has to add new moves to his arsenal, or more moves to his arsenal. For example, like a step back. So then when he transfers over to the NBA, so then he'll really know how to create separation, because he may really come in with a struggle of creating separation if you don't really have that hop step of getting to the hoop, a consistent Euro step, or a consistent step back for sure. And that's something he's definitely going to have to add to his arsenal. But he's a guy that shot really well from downtown, shooting 36% from three on, I believe, 3 attempts. He's a fluid shot. He has a good base for sure. Some people were saying it's Klay Thompson. I don't think he's the level of Klay Thompson, but he's a guy that's really good at moving without the basketball. Like I said, he does the little things like helping out on the defense side of the basketball, just having such great timing, just such great technique. He's such a smart basketball player, and when you have the smart players, it definitely transfers over to winning. He's definitely a guy that knows how to push the ball in transition, and that's definitely where he thrives. That's definitely his cup of tea, grabbing the ball, pushing in transition, and getting buckets that way, using his high level athleticism, being able to show it off. He's competing up against. This kid is still young. He has tons of talent, but the reason why he was recognized is not because of his crazy offensive game. It's because of his athleticism and his defense, and just like so many teams love that when a player takes so much pride on the defense of the basketball, and he has such great passion. Like, he loves the game. He said in an interview, like, he hates losing. Like, he wants to win basketball games, and I think he would bring a great culture to the Knicks. He's a guy that does not care about his stats whatsoever, doesn't stat pad. He's a winner. He makes winning basketball plays if it's jumping the passing lane at the right time, taking risks when it matters, and not taking risks. Like, when you don't have to take a risk, don't take a risk. Just be smart. Do what you're supposed to do what the coach tells you. But if you see something the coach doesn't see, make sure you make that play. And sometimes he just takes that risk you have to take at the end of the game. But having that athleticism really helps out on chase down blocks. He's a guy that could dive on the floor, dives for loose balls. Like, you love to see that, especially as a Knicks fan. Good Knicks teams, they were definitely gritty, and they just showed that toughness. They dove after loose balls, and they just had so much heart, and that's definitely what Josh Green has. But a knock is definitely his court vision. Sometimes he doesn't see guys wide open. I don't know if that's tunnel vision or what, but he's not stupid when it comes to passing the basketball. Like, he recognizes when someone's open, like, most of the time. But sometimes when he's driving to the cup, it's a crucial part of the game. Someone's open on the perimeter. He's like, I'm going to take this myself. He's a guy that's not selfish. He's a guy that's going to pass the basketball, make the right play, but he's also going to get his, which I love. I love the players that aren't afraid to get theirs, but also they make the right play. In conclusion, Josh Green's a good, consistent shooter from beyond the arc. He's a guy that plays with high-level intensity. He's a great athlete. He's a good defender, a guy that plays fast, thrives in transition, and all those things all put together really is a big recipe for success in today's NBA. And I really do believe Josh Green's going to be a good player if he's put in the position to be successful. Let me know down below, do you think Josh Green would be a starter if he was drafted by the New York Knicks? Do you think they would move RJ Barrett over to the 3 and have this guy of Josh Green at the 2? It'll definitely take pressure off of RJ Barrett when it comes to the defense side of the basketball. RJ still learning to play proper defense, his technique, and knowing when to gamble and that type of thing. I think Josh Green has a lot of ability. He's a guy that can shoot from beyond the arc, wide base, good defender, good athlete, just true winner in my opinion. But let me know down below your thoughts and analysis. Click that subscribe button, smash the like button for more content. And as always, guys, have a humble day or night. Peace out, y'all.